Hi friends, thanks for checking this video out. I'm here with my youngest daughter, Hadassah. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in the results of the EU referendum that we had here in the UK on the 23rd of June. And if you're watching this video, it's probable that you're also a member of my faith community, the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And if you are, it's also probable that right now you might be feeling like many of us are, a sense of pride, a sense of vindication, a sense that, you know, we got it right. The prophecies in Daniel 2 have been fulfilled before our very eyes in our time. And while I certainly believe that Daniel does predict the grand sweeps of history from his time to the end of the world, and while I do believe that the course of the unity of Europe is a part of that, I do feel that there's something deeper happening, bubbling beneath the surface, that perhaps a simple reading of what has happened over the last 24 hours here in the UK might miss. As you will be well aware, the UK voted overwhelmingly to come out of the European Union. And for many people, for most people who went into the booth, the voting booth yesterday, they didn't go in there with the book of Daniel open to chapter 2 and decide to vote in order to fulfill prophecy. In fact, truthfully speaking, most people didn't go into the booth thinking about the deep philosophical and political issues such as sovereignty and where does power lie and the rule of democracy, etc., and the laws that the EU have over Europe. For most people, the overriding issue was the fact that they felt there was too much immigration here in the United Kingdom. And so this was a vote that largely said, listen, we want less immigration. Now, I'm not trying to call anyone out. I'm certainly not saying that the great British public are in any way racist or prejudiced in any way. But what I am saying is that I believe that what we're seeing here is perhaps less a fulfillment of Daniel 2 and more fulfillment of Matthew 24, where Jesus says in the last days, the love of many will grow cold. I think we're seeing, not just here in the UK, but around the world, a growing lack of concern and care for the other, for those who are not like us. Even within our own church, we sometimes see factions between those who might consider themselves to be quote-unquote conservative, those who might consider themselves to be quote-unquote progressive, and anywhere where there are differences, it seems like I'm seeing this spirit now around the world, whereas human beings, we are retracting, we are contracting into our tribes, into our languages, into our people groups, and we are becoming insular and isolated from each other. And for me, this is a problem, especially considering that here in the UK, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is 95% made up of immigrants or second-generation immigrants. I'm one of those second-generation immigrants. Originally, my family hailed from the West Indies, the Caribbean. And what we're seeing here in the UK is that people here in the UK, British people, are saying, listen, we are not as okay as we may have made out to be about the diversity, about the number of immigrants, about the diversity in religion, and they're sending this message. So here's the thing. I think today is not so much a day for triumphalism. It's not a day for celebration so much as a day for prayer, and a day especially for those of us who are Christians, are Adventist Christians in the UK, to really prayerfully think about how are we now going to bridge this gap? How are we going to get to the place where we are able to connect with the vast majority of people here in this country who quite clearly have potentially some concerns about those who have a different perspective and maybe even a different culture than theirs. This certainly is a challenge that we need prayer for. This certainly is a challenge that only the Holy Spirit can help us with. And so I just ask you, as my oldest daughter, Aliena, joins me here, that you would join me also in praying and just asking God for wisdom, that we can know how to speak a word of hope to the times, and how to share the love of Jesus in this new and changing context. Thank you for listening to this. I don't usually try to get involved in politics, but I just felt that I really had to share something about this today. Thank you so much. God bless you wherever this Sabbath may find you. I hope that the peace of God is with you as well. And let's remember, ultimately God is in control. That's how Daniel 2 ends. God is in control. We trust him, but let's work to see if we can fulfill his mission in the world. God bless you. Bye.